Have you checked out eBay's new return policy? If you have, you might have noticed that it's very confusing. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, luckily, I've dove into it. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I dove into it, took a real hard look at it. I talked to eBay directly, their concierge program, and got the inside scoop on exactly what these new changes are that eBay is trying to roll out and how they're going to impact us as sellers. Specifically, if you're a drop shipper, you're going to want to watch and find out how it's going to impact you, because eBay has instituted more automatic returns. And then after that, we are going to get into the live Q&A. So if you're watching this on replay and you just want the information about the free returns, it's just going to be about the first 6 or 7 minutes, and the rest are just live questions. All right. So first of all, let me kind of tell you a little bit of a story about going back to 3 years ago when eBay first started to do this. eBay started to roll out these automatic returns. And by automatic returns, I mean, in the past, every time a customer opened up a return on eBay, we always had the chance to review it and to supply our own return labels and, just to kind of be more involved in the process. And eBay wants to streamline the return process for buyers and sellers by providing to customers, when they request a return, an automatic return label as soon as they request it. Now, they understand it's not practical in every situation, so there's exceptions to that, which is where this kind of gets confusing. Now, when this rolled out 3 years ago, everyone panicked, including myself. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the end, because, as drop shippers, we don't want the items, we don't want eBay issuing return labels. We want to provide our own return labels, because we don't want the items shipped back to us. I don't want the items shipped back to my house. I want it shipped back directly to my supplier. Now, luckily, 3 years ago, we found a workaround so that those automatic returns wouldn't happen. And we were able to provide our customers in every situation exactly the return label that we wanted, so that the items go back to our supplier and not to our house. So let's dive in now to see if what we discovered 3 years ago, if that's really going to change all that much right now. Okay, so this is the new return policy. Let me share my screen. Okay, this is it right here. This is what they emailed us. Unfortunately, they sent us one email and then they sent us another one saying, oops, the link in there is broken. So it just adds a little bit more to the confusion. And if you look at this chart, it's not immediately clear what the heck they're talking about here. What the heck the changes are that they've made. Like, what's these things that are crossed out? What does this mean? What are these numbers down here? Even a lot of this, just like hogwash. Like, I wouldn't even read it because it's just very confusing the way it's laid out. But I do understand it now, so let me break this down for you. So this is kind of the return, the buyer return flow chart, you can call it. So a buyer will open up a return on eBay. So that's where this is, right here at the top. Now, on eBay, you have the option of offering free returns or buyer pays for returns. So if you offer free returns, then anytime the buyer wants to return the item for any reason, including just, hey, I got this item and I don't want it anymore, in that case, because this buyer pays for return shipping, then I think I just messed that up. Let me back up for a second. So there's two options on eBay. The first is free returns, which can also be called seller pays for return shipping. Now, in the case of free returns, if the buyer wants to return the item for any reason, they will get a free return label from you, or you're going to be responsible to ship the item back. Even if they get the item and just decide, hey, you know what, I just don't like this item, in that situation, because you offer free returns, you would still be responsible to pay to ship the item back. Now, the alternative to that is buyer pays for return shipping. So in that situation, you still accept the return, but if it's a case where the buyer just doesn't want the item, that's called buyer's remorse. And the buyer in that situation would actually be the one who is responsible to ship the item back to you at their cost. But that's only if you don't offer free returns. Now, even if you don't offer free returns, you will still be responsible to pay to ship the item back if the item arrives damaged or if it's the wrong item or something like that. Now, Luckily, as dropshippers, we don't have to worry about that because we're always going to get free labels from our suppliers. But for eBay's sake, those are the two situations: free returns and not free returns. So let's look at the situation where you don't have, where you don't have free returns. So if it's a case where you don't have free returns, then again, if it's buyer's remorse, the buyer is responsible to pay to ship the items back, technically. So once the buyer opens up the return request up here, it then moves over here, and the buyer will immediately be issued a return label from eBay that they have to pay for. And then once that item is shipped, they put it on the box, they ship it back. As soon as it's scanned, the buyer is charged for that return label. And then the customer, then you get the item back, and then you issue the refund within 2 business days. So that's not different, okay? Because in the past, this is what changed 3 years ago, where if it's a case of buyer's remorse and the buyer pays for return shipping anyway, eBay just immediately issues the return label. The only thing that's different here is that instead of having 4 or 6 days to issue the refund, now you only have 2 days to issue the refund. So that's not really a big change right there. That's the way it's been, so no change there. The big change is over here. Let's say the buyer opens up a return request, but this time you do offer free returns. So if you offer free returns, then normally you would get 3 business days to kind of start the return process, but no longer. Now, if you offer free returns, and a label will immediately be provided by eBay, and you'll be charged for it as soon as this buyer scans that label, or the carrier scans that label. Now, that's only in situations where it's buyer's remorse or the item is not as described. That's when those labels will immediately be generated: buyer's remorse and not as described items. Now, let's just put our brakes on there for a second. I will show you in a second what we can do about that, because we don't want those immediate returns to happen. And then it goes through the same process where the buyer ships it back, and then as soon as it's scanned, you get charged for the label, and then you receive the item back, and then you have to issue the refund within 2 days. So the only real change is over here when you offer free returns. So if you don't offer free returns, it looks like nothing's different, okay? If you do offer free returns, this is where the issue comes in. But just like 3 years ago, there is a way around this. There is a solution here. So let's pop into the FAQs, because that's really where this is at. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. What if I want to use a label from a different carrier than USPS? Because that's what eBay is going to provide, a USPS label. Now, lots of people don't want to use USPS labels because, one, we as dropshippers, we don't want us to pay for return shipping. We don't even want our buyers to pay for return shipping when our suppliers will pay for it for free as long as we use their label. But we have to be able to get that label and send it to the customer. So we don't want to use the eBay's labels at all. And there are plenty of you out there that aren't dropshippers. And you don't want to use USPS either, because we know that there's been a lot of delays with them recently. Luckily, there is a solution that this is something I came up with 3 years ago, and eBay's verifying right now that this absolutely works. If you are using a different label, in your return preferences, you need to opt into RMA number, Return Merchandise Authorization. Then you will be able to provide or upload your own label when a buyer requests a return. That's it. It's that simple. So go into your return preferences. At the bottom, check off the box that says RMA number. If you're members of my course, I teach how to do that in there, and that will solve all of these issues. I read it right here. I've talked to eBay Concierge, and I've confirmed it with them that if you have RMA number checked off, then these changes really don't matter. They're really irrelevant, because if the buyer requests a return, even if it's a case of buyer pays for return shipping and there's buyer's remorse, they will not be able to print a label until you provide an RMA number. And while they're waiting for the RMA number, you would send them a message and say, hey, don't use the eBay label, use this one instead. Same thing if you go this way. Buyer requests a return, it's free returns. The Normally, a label will be immediately available if it's a case of buyer's remorse or if it's a case of item not as described. But in this situation, because you have RMA number checked off, they will have to wait to get that RMA number, and you won't provide it. Instead, you're going to provide the return label. And again, even though eBay might issue them a label, you only get charged for that once it's scanned. And if it's not scanned, you're not charged for it. So that's why you give them the return label you want them to use from the supplier. They use that instead. The eBay issued one is never scanned. You're never charged for it. And we're done. So not really a big deal. Just like it was 3 years ago. I think those are everything I wanted to cover with that. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about that, please let me know. Otherwise, we are going to go into the section of this live Tuesday Q&A when we do the Q&A part. So any questions you guys have about dropshipping, make sure to ask them in the live chat. If you guys are watching this on replay, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time for the live chat, because we have so many questions that come in live that I don't have time to answer questions that you guys ask me when I'm not live, unfortunately. So first, let me know where in the world you are chiming in from. Currently, I am in Ithaca, New York. For those of you who don't know, I travel around full-time in an RV, a camper van. So if it looks like I'm in a car, it's because I am. And, oh, that was a video from 3 years ago. And that's what it looks like when you're doing the return preferences at the bottom. Check off that RMA number. At the start of these things, I always like to give a shout out to some of my students who are absolutely crushing it with their dropshipping businesses. So first to Edwin, say just uploaded his first item July 27th and is already doing really well with his store. So that's just a month into it. So congrats to him. And a big shout out to Asama, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, just in the last 60 days, 21,000 pounds. So congrats to him. And I wanted to give a big shout out to Renee. Renee's another YouTuber who talks all about making money online. Her channel is called Cupcake Trainings. I think I'll have it linked up in the description of this video. And recently she did a review of my course, Dropshipping Titans. I didn't even know she was going to do this. So she bought it. I didn't give her free access to it. She bought it. She went through it. She tried it. She took action on it. And you can see her video, her honest, unbiased review of it. And thank you, Cupcake Trainings, Renee, for doing that review. And I'll have that linked up in the description at the end of the video as well. All right, cool. So let's see who's here in the chat now. Let's see. Still in upstate New York? Yeah, absolutely. Divin, yeah, that was a that was a slip on my part. Not my best grammar. Sophie says, I just started watching your van life channel and I'm hooked. Thank you so much. Yeah, Chad and I have a second channel all about our van life. That's linked up at the bottom of the description of all my videos. What's more profitable for you, Paul, eBay or Amazon? Amazon has higher margins and the volume is just really insane on there. But I love eBay because with eBay, it's much easier to have multiple stores. So I do have multiple stores with eBay. It's much more beginner friendly. It's a lot easier to experiment with it as well. So I usually try things on eBay first, see success with that, and then translate that over to Amazon. But from one store to the other, if you compare like one store on eBay versus one store on Amazon, my Amazon store does do better. Okay. Yeah, so I have a little quiz to help you determine which business is best for you. That's linked up in the description. It looks like Annie here came up with eBay as a result. And that's probably because you might be a little bit newer to making money online. And look, really the best thing to do is start with eBay if you're a beginner. That's where I started. You know, it's not actually where I started. When I first started trying to make money online, I tried things like Shopify. I tried some stuff on Amazon. I tried all these different business models or niche websites, things like that. And it was just way too complicated. There was too many hurdles to get over as a beginner, learning how to make websites, how to learn how to do like graphic design for things like Shopify, paid traffic. It was very, very difficult and complicated. I need something much simpler to do, and that's where eBay came in. It's really the ideal place to start as a beginner. It has so many advantages. First of all, it's a marketplace, so there's already buyers on there ready to spend money. You just got to hop on and make an account. It's so much easier than starting something like Shopify, where you actually have to build your own website. And in terms of the rules, yes, eBay has rules. Yes, you got to follow them, but it's definitely not as strict as Amazon. Amazon is really strict with their metrics. If you screw it up, your account's gone, and it's hard to get another account. You can almost always get your account unsuspended, but why even start there? You should start out seeing some success. Start with eBay, so much more beginner friendly. Okay. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Thanks for coming back. Once a seller goes through PayPal jail, will they also be in eBay jail after they go to manage payments? So the official word from eBay is that once you're out of PayPal jail, if you switch over to managed payments, you will not be in eBay jail. That's the official word. In practice, what we're seeing is that some people are, and it's not really clear why that's happening. Maybe it has to do with sales volume over the last few months. I don't know. There's, I don't have access to enough data to be able to like look at everyone's stores and see why some people, when they switch over, they're fine and other people aren't. I just don't know. Okay. Yeah, that's the other problem. I think I mentioned this, Bobby. So if eBay creates a label, the item is going to get shipped to your home, and you don't want that as a dropshipper. You want it shipped to your supplier. So that's another reason, in addition to the cost, that you don't want to use those labels. Hey, what's up, Retro Galaxy? How's the course going that you won a couple weeks ago? Yes. When looking for Q4 holiday items, a normal strategy doesn't work. Absolutely, you're right. For those of us that don't have a list from last year, any strategies? Yes. So stay tuned to the channel. I will be, or maybe just inside the private group, because I will be making videos about that. I do that every September, October, to teach you guys what to do to be able to sell holiday items. And I'll show you what to do. I did it last year. There might be a video available from last year, but I'll definitely be doing it this year as well. Okay. What if the buyer refuses to use your label? That's only happened to me once, where they flat out refused. And in that case, we just got the item back. I mean, that was before I was living in the camper van. We just got the item back, and then we returned it ourselves. I just got the return label and returned it myself. Actually, there was another time, too, where the customer refused to use mine, but then they didn't even return it under eBay's label as well, so I wasn't charged for it. So you'll see this a lot. This is one of the funny thing. I don't know if it's funny, but one of the great things, I should say, about returns is that sometimes customers open returns, and this especially happens where you don't offer free returns and the buyer chooses buyer's remorse for the return. And then they suddenly realize, hey, I have to ship this item back at my cost. And then they end up just not shipping it back. So you'll see that. And you'll see that even in cases where there are free returns, where they don't want to go through the hassle of printing it out, putting it on the box and shipping it back. So yeah, you'll see that a lot. You can't turn it off, unfortunately. That's not an option to turn it off. But you use the RMA function, and eBay has confirmed right there that that's the way around it. Salt Lake City, cool. Sunny South Florida. What's up, Brooklyn? In Colorado, Dallas, Texas, North Dakota. What's up, John? What's up, Tommy in the Keys? So Sean has a question about AutoDS. When you're in AutoDS and go to add a virtual assistant and put in their email and password, that's how they log in. Yes. So that's how they log in. Wow. Congrats, man. It's been 3 weeks through the course, and so far sales are up 76.7% from the prior 30 days. Congrats, man. That's awesome. So happy. Bibliophile says, there's Ed from Austin. Resale Life is here. What's up, man? Okay. Okay, so Jay has a question about the global shipping program. I don't know how to use global shipping. It's enabled, so I put the Kentucky address on supplier. Okay, so Jay, the global shipping program. So the global shipping program is a really easy way to ship items to customers overseas. So instead of you having to worry about setting up the logistics of international shipping charges and tariffs and fees and all that stuff, you just check off a box that says, hey, I want to use a global shipping program. Then customers all over the world can see your products. And then when they buy it, eBay will take care of everything international. So all you have to do, Jay, is get the item to eBay's global shipping facility in Kentucky. Once it's delivered there, eBay will then take it and repackage it, put new postage on it, and ship it overseas. And they'll charge the customer separately for that. So what do you do? Well, if you go to the address won't be in Australia. It will be the address in Kentucky. And there will also be what's called a reference number. That reference number is the most important thing, because all your global shipping program addresses will be exactly the same. It's 1850 Airport Exchange Boulevard in Erlanger, Kentucky. They will all be the same. The only difference is that reference number. So you have to have the reference number on the label. So just put it as line 2 of the address, and that will work. Then eBay sees that, and they know to take that item and forward it to the right customer. If I have a VA working on my account, no, you don't have to have your browser open. No. What about Shopify integration with eBay? I don't think it's necessary. I've looked at it. I know why some people use it. I just think it adds more complicated things that you don't need. Okay. Let's see. Okay, should I add watermarks on my main image, like free shipping? Okay, so what you're asking is, a lot of listings on eBay, you'll see them when you search for things on eBay. You'll have the image, and then like on the image will be watermarks. It might say free shipping or no sales tax. They don't say that anymore, but they used to say that. Things like that to make the listing stand out. Should you do that? Or they'll have borders on the image as well. Wish I had some examples to pull up, but I don't want to go searching around in case I can't find any. They do work. Okay, those watermarks, those borders do work, but they're technically not allowed by eBay, at least not the last time I checked. It's quite honestly been a while since I've looked at that rule, but last I looked, that is not allowed by eBay. But it's one of those rules that they obviously don't enforce because a lot of people do it. Now, me personally, I don't do it because it's against the rules, and I rather violate the fewest amount of rules that I can that really matter. And things change, right? So like all those people that had those images that said no sales tax, well, now they are charging sales tax because eBay is automatically charging sales tax. And how does that look if you have to go through all your listings and change all the images so they no longer say no sales tax? So yeah, another thing to consider. So that's another reason actually why in the description, a lot of people in the description that they put on eBay, they will put what their shipping policy is, what their return policy is, what their payment policy is. And I used to do that too. I do not do that anymore. I think it's not a smart idea because those change. You might think they'll never change. They do change. You might want to offer free returns for a while and then not offer free returns. You might have to change your payment policy, like with managed payments. Payment policies change. And if it's in your listing, you have to go in and change all of them. But You also don't need it because it's just redundant. There is a section on every listing where eBay shows the customer what your business policy is. So you don't need it spelled out in the description when it's already there, and you might just have to change it again in the future. So that's why I don't recommend you put that stuff in there. Hey, what's up, Rebecca? Thanks for being here. Is it the end? The end of what? Okay. You use your real one. Okay. So every listing you would put in that it ships from multiple locations. Okay. Look at my return, not your return policy. It's not in your return policy. Bobby, go through the course again. It's in there somewhere in the returns video. It's not the return policy, it's the return preferences, I believe it's called. Okay. Yeah, so this is another reason I love the global shipping programs, because eBay has your back with it. They really do. So the customer bought a gold coin in Hong Kong from this guy and then claimed it wasn't received. The eBay actually refunded the buyer and the seller as well. And that's happened to me as well, where, you know, with the global shipping program, all you're responsible for is getting the item safely delivered to Kentucky. Once you do that, you are done. Okay. eBay is then responsible for repackaging it and making sure it safely gets delivered overseas. And yeah, so I've had that happen too, where the customer claimed they didn't get it. I had a tracking number showing that it was delivered to Kentucky. As soon as that was done, I'm off the hook. Okay. In addition to that, also damage. So if the item is damaged, well, when eBay receives it, they're supposed to check, make sure it's not damaged. And so if they ship it overseas and it gets damaged on the way to the customer between Kentucky and overseas, that's on eBay. It's not on us. So yeah, they have your back with it. What do I think of print on demand for eBay? I've never done it. I have a friend who does print on demand. He does awesome with it, but he mostly does it for Shopify. I'm sure you can do it on eBay, but I just don't know. Literally, customers do not care. So Anas wants to know, how do you handle returns from suppliers with labels that clearly show the name of the supplier that you drop ship from on the return label? Yeah, so obviously it will have their name on it. Like if you bought it from Home Depot and shipping back to Home Depot, it might say Home Depot on it. It doesn't always. A lot of times it just says like returns department or something like that. But in some cases it does. Literally, customers don't care. They're already returning the item. They already don't want it. They just want the free return, and that's it. Literally, I've had like one customer ever complain about it, and I just said, well, that's where we're returning it. And I don't know, it wasn't a big deal. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Dubai. What's up, Omer? The Seattle Sideshow. Thanks for the $2. I use that to buy treats for the dog. It says, how would you compare buying and flipping to drop shipping? I'm not exactly sure what you're looking for in terms of comparison. There are similarities, obviously, with flipping. A lot of times you're going to retail stores to buy the items, just like we are with retail drop shipping, going into Walmart. In your case, or we're going on walmart.com. Now, there are benefits to both and there's drawbacks to both. So I would say for flipping, one of the real benefits is that, one, you're able to quickly gobble up a lot of good deals. So if you go into Walmart and you see like there's a clearance section and they're just selling like a ton of some awesome product at like 75% off, you can buy all of them. And suddenly you just made like a lot of money really fast because you can then sell those and flip those on eBay. But on the flip side of that, you have to actually actively go out and source those products, right? You're driving to these stores, takes energy, you have to actually go there. Some days you might not hit on a win like that. And maybe your sales aren't as consistent because you find a deal one day and then you don't find it the next day. So it's a little bit more inconsistent. With drop shipping, you don't get that kind of win that you get because they don't really have that sort of clearance online. Those deals usually go away, but you do get more consistency. So you're able to do it from home. You're able to do it from your couch, right? You don't have to go out and travel to do it. You do it from anywhere in the world. And there's more consistency to it. You list those items, as long as they're on stock in Walmart, they'll continue to sell on eBay as well. So, and it's also more scalable, right? Because when you go to flip items, yes, you get maybe the higher margins, but once all those items, let's say you buy 3 of them, once they sold, they're gone. You now have to go out and rebuy them again. But with drop shipping, you list an item up for sale once, it will continue to sell over and over and over again. And then you add more items to your store, and those continue to sell over and over and over again. So I feel like it's much easier to scale it than it is something like buying and flipping items. But they're both great. I mean, obviously you can make good money flipping items. Some people would consider it fun, right? Because you're going out, you're actually getting outside instead of like being holed up in your house like I used to be when I used to drop ship in New York. And I had a house. And yeah, but drop shipping can also be fun too, just in terms of putting in the systems and using the software. Okay. There's a lag between my AutoDS account and eBay. I would contact AutoDS without looking at your account. It's hard for me to tell, but I would take a look at it or have them take a look at it. Jason wants to know, is it better to start a new eBay account for dropshipping? I've been selling for 1 year now on eBay. So Jason, if you don't use that account anymore, you can now use it for dropshipping. But it sounds like you are using that account. I would just start a new account. It's not a big deal. eBay allows you to create multiple accounts, so that's what I would do. Okay. Great rhyme here. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. He gives a lot of free info. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate that. And I would appreciate you guys giving the video a thumbs up if you're getting any sort of value out of this, if maybe you're relieved that the return policy shouldn't be a big deal as long as you have that RMA checked off, or give the video a thumbs up if you didn't know about that and that was helpful to you as well. I'd appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Mark? Big shout out to Mark here. Really appreciate you, man, and all your help recently. Mark, so he says, what are some suggestions for first products to list? Do you suggest starting with Walmart or Home Depot? Either one is fine. Walmart has a lot of items, so it's very easy to just go in there and find something really good because there are just so many products being sold on their website. So that would be a really, really solid place to start. And, you know, I always feel like your store should be stocked full of items that would ideally sell all year long. So if you go through the course, Mark, and go through the product research, you are going to see the product research formula that I give. You're going to see exactly how to do that. You want to find items that are selling really well right now and list those same items. But even though I think the bulk of your store should just be those items that sell all year, you should definitely stock it around the holidays with seasonal items. This is something I didn't do at first, and I really regret it now because my first year I could have made a lot more had I done that. But I was kind of afraid. I was like, oh, you know, seasonal items, you know, they will go out of stock quicker, or, you know, you don't really know how well they're going to sell, or, you know, somebody told me that you shouldn't sell during December because it's just too crazy. That was like the worst advice I ever received. You should absolutely be selling during Q4. You should absolutely sell during Christmas season. Yes, it can be nuts, but it is so worth it. It is so worth it. I mean, just ask yourself this question. Would you rather lose money in December because you spent so much money buying gifts, or would you rather make money because, yes, you bought gifts for people, but you also sold a lot of gifts to people as well and actually ended up ahead at the end of December? So yeah, don't stop selling in December. Not a good idea. You'll leave a lot of money on the table. Okay. Does PayPal keep their fees when items are returned? They do, but eBay does not in managed payments, except for 30 cents. Okay. Hey, what's up, Tennessee? Johnny, ask it in the private group. So for those of you who don't know, my eBay, all my dropshipping courses come with a private Facebook group. That's where these were posted up by the students. Yeah, these. So just ask it in there, and I'll actually link up to the video in the course that explains how to do that, because it sounds like also Bobby's looking to do it. And again, it's not in the return policy. It's in the return preferences. It looks like this. No, it looks like this, but I cut off the top. Hey, what's up, Wally? Thanks for being here. I've never had an issue. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if it's actually eBay that does it. I think it's Pitney Bounds. But they have an agreement with eBay. I'm not exactly sure how it works once it gets there, but I've never had an issue. Just found it. Sorry for the duplicate question. No problem. Maybe you could post it or post a link here or in the group. Okay. Site preferences. Yep, that's it. All right, you found it too, so we're good. What do you know about pirate ship? I'm not sure what you're asking. As long as you have a tracking number showing the item was delivered, you're fine. Oh, wow. I didn't even know people were asking for it. So thanks, John. That's pretty cool. Maybe I will review someone else's course. But, you know, I pretty much just talk about dropshipping on this channel, so I don't know how helpful that would be. I don't know. If you guys want me to review someone else's course, let me know. I don't know if it's something that would really fit on my channel, but maybe dropshipping, but not eBay or Amazon dropshipping. Like a Shopify course I could try reviewing. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Or if there's any you want me to check out. Okay. Yes, I do have experience using Target as a supplier. They don't like resellers. They don't like drop shippers, so they will probably shut down your account. That doesn't mean people don't use them. I mean, that's why people use them, because other people don't know how to use them. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a harder supplier to use. Seattle, 182 views, 40 likes. WTF, come on, y'all. This man is dropping knowledge from his van for you guys. Jeez, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Philosophical question from Jay. I was waiting for it to happen. My ex, Charles, won't return my John Mayer CD. Is this a good thing, or am I lucky, you know, not to have the CDs? I could drop ship you one if you want. I could drop ship you all of his CDs if you want. Records as well. I'll just email you the MP3s actually. How about that? Yeah, I agree. This was very confusing the way it was worded, and it looks like, I think I'm reading this correctly. You know, I talked to eBay about it. It shouldn't be a problem. But it's supposed to roll out in 13 days from now, so that's when we will really see. But I don't think it's going to be an issue. Got some shame coming from Seattle Sideshow. I appreciate it, man. Okay. We always put multiple locations because they ship from multiple locations, unless it's a supplier that only really ships from 1 or 2 locations. Then we will pick the main location, and that's it. Exactly. You got my back, so I gotta give you another shout out. I appreciate it. These people want to run a business and provide value, but can't even like a video from the man putting them on the game 1 second to do it. I do appreciate that. You know, I don't do it for the thumbs up, but I love the thumbs up if you guys do provide them for the video, if it is providing value. That just lets me, honestly, the best thing is it lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content, that you're getting value out of it. So I do appreciate them when they, if you do that, to let me know that it is helping you. Okay. Okay, what is Wally saying here? Wally's saying, I just activated managed payments. We'll see how it works. Yeah, it should be fine. It was a pretty seamless process for me. A little bit of an overlap between using managed payments and PayPal was a little bit confusing because some orders were still PayPal, some of them went eBay, but it wasn't a huge deal. Yeah, I think overall it would be more streamlined, and I don't think it really warranted all the worry. I get people complain. I understand. You know, I really love PayPal. I wasn't thrilled about it, but in the end, I think in a year from now, I'm going to forget that I was ever concerned about it. I'd love for you to review an affiliate marketing course. All right, maybe. I'll look at that. I do some affiliate marketing. What about Costco? Costco's another a decent supplier. I don't have really too much experience with them though. Okay. This guy always cracks me up. One day I'm going to see an Elvis impersonator and be like, it's Jay. 1 in 4 products are not 25% return. No, that's not right at all. It's closer to like 5 or 10% at most. Much closer to 5%. Now I just asked Walmart again. Sometimes Walmart will tell you the item can't be returned through like UPS or FedEx, but you know, you push them enough, they'll do the return. They'll give you a return label, especially in this day and age where people don't want to go in the stores. Yeah, you can get one. 1 in 15. So 1 in 15. What's the math on that? I don't know. Let's figure this out. That's what Bobby says. So if you do 1 out of 15, that's a 6.6%. So 6.7%. So that's, you know, close to what I said. 5%, 10% at max. No, always list cheaper items when you start out, Dave. So the cheaper items, there's a number of reasons for that. One, your listing limits are lower. So if you list expensive items, then you're going to quickly fill up your listing limits. The other reason is because your listing limits are low. So you can only list a few items. So more expensive items don't sell as often. So if you have 5 items listed up for sale and they're all, let's say $1,000 each, you're not going to be able to do that as a new seller. But let's just say for this example, those items might sell only like once every like few months, which means that for a while you might not make any sales. So that kind of slows down your store. Like you want to start generating sales in the beginning. That's really what your key is. Generate some sales. So the way to do that is by selling cheaper items. So definitely start with cheaper items. You'll get those sales going. You'll prime your account. You show eBay you're a good seller, that you actually fulfill orders and care about your customers and upload tracking numbers. And then eBay will raise your limits. And then you can have a mix between cheaper items, medium priced, and expensive once your limits get higher. Driving and listening. I'm driving right now. I'm driving in. No, I'm kidding. We're parked as usual at a Walmart. They fund my drop shipping and they sponsor these videos with their Wi-Fi. How about a different type of drop shipping? Yeah, for a course maybe like Shopify drop shipping. So there is a page, I don't remember where it is off the top of my head, but you should have received an email about it. If you got an email about managed payments with a date in it, that will let you know. If you haven't gotten the email, then you're not yet signed up for a time for managed payments. They will email you probably sometime this year and let you know when that's going to happen, when that date will come. I just started drop shipping. When do you think I'll get my first sale? Maybe in 6 months? No, you should get it much sooner than that. You should get it within just a few weeks, especially with eBay drop shipping or Amazon drop shipping. The turnaround time is very fast. Yeah, so like Scott here, it started 2 weeks ago and already have made a few sales. Oh yeah. I have a training. It's a free training. It's linked up in the description of this video and all my videos. Yesterday, it was broken, and sorry about that. For those of you who try to watch it, it should be fixed now. I'm a very small team in terms of people that support the course. I've made this course. I make these free trainings. It's pretty much just me, and I have a little bit of help from other people, but when something breaks like that, I'm the one who has to go and figure out what happened and why it happened, and I'm not a developer or anything like that. So we did fix it. It was a small issue, but it should be working now. No fee. What's that? Two live streams a week? I think one's fine. Come on, you live in a van. You have time. How do you feel about listing Wayfair cabinets? Wayfair is great. The issue with furniture is, well, first of all, furniture is a great thing to sell. They're usually higher priced. You can usually mark them up quite a bit, and they sell really well. The issue with them is returns. They can be a pain, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. Just when I say it's a pain, it's just because people have to deassemble them. Is that like a word? They have to take them apart, put them back together. People complain about that and say, like, oh, I don't want to take it apart. I'm like, well, you have to take it apart to return it. Just what you have to do. And then like putting it into a box, and sometimes the return process can get really bungled up for some customers. Do you guys have a bathroom shower in your camper? Yeah. So Mike, check out the last link, one of the last links. It's our van life channel, and we actually have a van tour in there, and you can see we have a bathroom, we have a shower in there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I do have the TikTok as well, where I have some van stuff on there. I should link that up, but it's just Paul _J _Lipsky. It's my TikTok. And I'm pretty surprised because I started that TikTok 2 weeks ago. I think like 2 weeks ago was my first video, and it's already at, how many followers do I have? 20,000 followers. So the cool thing is that like 21,000 followers. And the cool thing, I posted some van life stuff on there. I posted obviously drop shipping stuff on there. The cool thing is that I've been working on this YouTube channel for like 3 years. So like I know what content you guys want. So I just kind of put some of that same content here in like 1 minute videos. So it's really cool. if you guys want some quick tips, you guys can follow me on TikTok, Paul_J_Lipsky. And yeah, follow and check it out. Okay. His lives are usually 1 hour, 20 minutes more, so get your questions in. Yeah, we have 10 minutes now. That means I'm exactly 10 minutes behind in this live chat. This hour is flying by. Okay. Sometimes, Jay, I can't put your comments on the screen. This is a family-friendly channel. A lot of top sellers are selling Vero items. Can I still make profit without Vero items? Absolutely, you can. So the reason some people are doing really well with Vero items is because everyone else is getting their Vero listings removed, but people have found a way not to get their Vero listings removed. And that's something I will be talking about to my students sometime in the next few months. It's something I am working on figuring that out. I think we have a decent system down, but I want to make sure it's down really well because I don't want anyone getting suspended for using kind of the system I put together. Oh, what is up, man? Thanks to your course, I've made 700 in sales my first month. Congratulations, man. Wayfair cabinet. Still going over my head. I don't know. Wayfair cabinet. Somebody's got to DM me and explain that one to me. It's still going over my head. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. How much do you need to start drop shipping on Amazon? So, Wayfair cabinets. Wayfair cabinets. I'm not getting it. How much do I need to start drop shipping on Amazon? So you'll need an Amazon seller account, which is $39.99 a month. And then you'll need the software. And the software, figure at the end of it with the Amazon fee, the Amazon $40 a month, you're going to be looking at just, well, they just lowered their cost. So it's going to be just about $200 a month. I think it's, let's see, 130, 40, yeah, it's just about $200 a month to run the business. That's with the software and for the Amazon account. Now, the other costs, like the software, like the Amazon fees, they take a fee when you sell an item. That's going to be built into the cost of the item. So you'll sell the item for $100. Amazon takes out their fee, and then what's left over, you can use that to buy the item, and then you have money left over from that. That will be your profit. And then you'll need a credit card, but the credit card, once Amazon releases the money to you, you can just use that money to pay off the credit card, and again, keep the rest as profit. So that's really the main cost, about $200 a month, and then just a good credit card. Do you have any videos about dropshipping on eBay from AliExpress? Yeah, check out my videos. I have a few of them. Actually, if you go to all my videos and just sort by the most popular, it's one of my most popular videos. I've never blocked you, Jay. Never blocked you. Actually, I might have put you in timeout. YouTube has a function that I could put you in timeout. I may have done that once, but I don't remember. Oh, nice. I didn't even know we hit 200 viewers, but only 67 thumbs up, guys. Guys, if you guys are enjoying the content, would appreciate a thumbs up on the video. Can't wait for the Vero hack. It's not an easy thing. It's a complicated process, but if it works, it will be worth it. Yes, there's more free listings. I just made a video on Sunday about this, so check out my last video. I go over it. Lots more free listings. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to quickly go through because we only have 5 minutes left here. It's under your, it's not your business policy, it's your return preferences. And Jay knows that if someone puts up a super chat, I always put it up on the screen. So he's totally trolling me. Okay. Site preferences. Yeah, there we go. Free listings are great. Yeah, I totally agree. I was so happy when eBay upped those free returns. You know, a lot of people complain. They think that like eBay, they're always kind of making it harder and harder for us sellers. And I understand why you feel that way. And I understand that, you know, it always seems like fees are going up and it's getting harder and harder. But I honestly think that they, you know, they offer us a really good deal. They're giving us access to millions of customers on their marketplace, and they're doing it pretty much for free. You can start an eBay account for free. You can start selling for free on their website. Access to all those customers, millions of them for free. It's really incredible. So yes, their fees have gone up in the past, but now we are seeing that the fees have actually gone down. They're giving us more free listings. So they do care about us. They do know that what's best for them is for us to keep selling and for us to make more sales. And they saw recently when they ran these promotions and gave us more free listings, they saw, oh my gosh, like this is working. So they realized that, so they gave us more free listings as well so that we could sell more and everyone makes more money, us and eBay as well. So yeah, they're not evil, I don't think. I think that they're really giving us kind of a good deal. Okay. Should I buy items before selling them on eBay? No, not if you're drop shipping. That's, you sell the item and then you buy it. Ooh, okay. I will check it out. Wait, okay, maybe I don't want to know what this, okay, I'm gonna, this live stream is falling apart. Let me look this up. I'm not gonna put it on the screen though, in case this is something that, I'm missing something here. I still don't see anything. The false conspiracy. Oh God. Ooh. This is not cool, guys. Ooh, this is what I think it's talking about. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to dive into this later. This seems like some deep, deep stuff that... Whew, some deep stuff going on. Okay. Any recent customer horror stories? No, but I have some horror stories about Jay at this point. Or whoever else asked that question. Yeah, Sean, see you next week. Thanks for coming by. You're right, I don't want to know. I don't know. The result that came up was conspiracy theory. That's just like the first thing that came up on Google. I didn't even click on it. Okay. All right, guys. So we are at the hour. So I appreciate you all so much checking out the video. We have that video by Cupcake Trainings. For any of you watching on the replay, it will be available right here. You can click on that and check out her video and check out her channel. It's been really awesome having her as a student. I think you guys are going to like that. So bye for now and see you guys next week.